Giorgio Piola's F1 technical analysis. Rewind 12 months and a technical directive issued before action even got underway at the start of last season really upset the initial potential and subsequent development plan for the RB13. The directive sought to limit the storage of energy by the more complex hydraulic suspension systems that had started to become commonplace with the lead teams, and effectively handed Ferrari an advantage as Red Bull and Mercedes, both of whom were thought to have more advanced systems, scrambled to recover. Red Bull, whose system was thought to cleverly manipulate the car's platform to improve downforce and reduce drag, reimagined the car alongside a much more complex aerodynamic package, with Adrian Newey brought back into the fold to assist. However, F1 teams don't give up on these ideas lightly, given the amount of time and money that goes into developing them. Instead, they come up with new ideas aimed to recover the potential that they have seen in the past. That is why it is interesting to see Red Bull do something different with its suspension this year, as this exclusive image captured by Giorgio Piola shows. What's obvious from the image below is that this year Red Bull is going about things differently, as in contrast the HEV, third or J damper of the last few years, see below, has featured a mechanical link, complete with a Boville spring arrangement and separate hydraulic component. The RB14's damper has been redesigned and outwardly appears to have been switched for a hydraulic version, as the team looks to enhance the suspension's compliance, improving both mechanical grip and aerodynamic consistency. The damper's responsibility in controlling heave, the vertical displacement of the suspension, is critical in how the car performs aerodynamically at varying speeds. It also performs a pivotal role in controlling the oscillations and shape changes induced by the deformation of the tire. In a year where Pirelli has placed more onus on the degradation of its tires, this could prove decisive in Red Bull's fight with Mercedes and Ferrari. Whilst the team is still clearly down on power compared to its closest rivals, less wear on softer compounds, fast pit stops and an aggressive strategy outlook could work in its favor, as it all had in China. As far as the aerodynamic package goes, the areas worked on during 2017 continue to see the most development this season. The car features a Ferrari S-close alongside impact support spar and rearwardly positioned side pod inlet, offering even more gains around its midriff. Changes were made ahead of the season opener though, with additional stiffening devices, white and red arrows, added in order to shore up the collection of devices which are susceptible to flutter when loaded, reducing their aerodynamic efficiency. Red Bull also introduced a new wing mirror setup in Melbourne, placing the innermost support on the side of the chassis, rather than on top, red arrow. The outermost support was pulled forward and is now housed on the leading edge of their side pod, white arrow. This is a decision based around aerodynamics, rather than having a structural purpose, with the new mirror stock improving flow into the side pod inlet. The team also revised the area just ahead of the rear tires in Bahrain, turning up the edge of the floor in order that it invoke a different aerodynamic reaction. It's a solution already run by its sister team Toro Rosso, Inset, which made the change late into its 2017 campaign. It's a development that's been seen up and down the grid in various guises too, with Mercedes utilizing a similar rolled-up triangular scroll from Bahrain last season, before it switched to a flap solution in Spain.